Nabus here, and on behalf of my co-host Alex Benedicto, thank you so much for listening to the Hall H Show podcast, the voice of independent creators. If you are an avid Comic-Con goer, you've probably seen the awesome and unique artwork of our next guest, Lord Mesa. You've also probably seen the long lines at his booth. With his eye-catching stylized art inspired from shows such as Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Supernatural, comic books, anime, and pop culture movies, it's no wonder that he has such a large following, which is why we thought it would be a good idea to talk with him before it got too busy first thing in the morning when we visited him back at WonderCon 2018. We loved getting to know him a bit more, finding out what he was into when he was younger, what artists inspired him, and also finding out when he decided to go for it and become an artist full-time. Lord Mesa is always a joy to catch up with at conventions, and we hope to have a longer conversation with him in the near future. For now, we hope you enjoy our WonderCon 2018 chat with Lord Mesa. Hey everybody, welcome to the Hall H Show. We are at WonderCon 2018, and we are here with Lord Mesa. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
It's good to have you finally on the show.
Oh, it's good to be here.
We thought we'd catch you first thing in the morning because we know how busy your booth can get.
Oh, that would be nice. I would appreciate that.
How's your con so far?
It's going good. It's the first show of the year, so it's off to a good start.
And where are you these days?
I'm freelancing most of the time, and this being the first show of the year, I get in the set for a few more shows later on down the line, and just kind of trying to get more projects going and work on some personal stuff too with my wife. Okay.
I guess since we have you here for a short interview, we'll keep it short. Not our usual 2 to 3 hour interviews. We know that. You have some artwork to sell, so we don't want to keep you for too long. But maybe we can start with your sort of creative journey. Like, how did you arrive to be the Lord Mesa that we know and love today?
Oh gosh, it's just started with a love of drawing, love of cartoons and comic books, and I just kept it going. And I don't know, it coincided with my love of watching television shows and everything, so I started just mashing the two together, and what ended up happening was I got lucky in terms of the fans of the shows finding my stuff and sharing it not only with each other, but with the actors and the production crews of the shows and the writers, so it kind of took off from there, and it's been, a great trip, and I hope to keep going on it. And
when you were younger, say 11, what were you into?
Everything. That was the golden age, G.I. Joe, Transformers,
definitely,
Thundercats, everything, drawing was just the best way and the most easy way for me to be able to have all those shows with me. I could, if I wasn't there to watch the cartoons, I could always draw the Ninja Turtles, or I can draw Snake Eyes, So it was just my favorite thing to do, and the best way to perpetuate, all the stuff that I love to watch.
Now, I see you on social media. You have a pretty big, following on there. I see a lot of DC-related artwork in there. When you were younger, were you more of a DC person or Marvel, or it didn't really matter?
I was really influenced by artists more than actual companies. So if there was an artist, and I enjoyed their work on the book, that's generally what I gravitated towards.
Any artists that come to mind?
Oh yeah, Joe Madureira, Art Adams, Mike Waringo, Eric Canetti. I really like the artists that were more animated based, or like cartoony, because that was the stuff that I enjoyed, and I love the movement in their drawings and the way they did their characters. So yeah, it's there's a whole other list, but those are the ones off the top of my head I can name.
And when did you finally decide that, hey, I'm going to make a go at this and, start doing artwork full time?
Oh, gosh. I think, well, the first memory I can recall of like people actually like my work and me like some kind of financial transaction going through is I entered a contest in 7th grade to draw the cover of the school play, and my design got chosen, and I was like, oh, wow. So I think I got like $10 or something like that, or a gift certificate, and I was like, oh, okay, so people actually like my work and I can actually get money for it, and I would keep drawing, but that was never, I don't think the ultimate goal was like I'm going to make a living. I think the love of drawing and the love of just creating kind of took precedent, and then everything else kind of fell in place along behind it.
Now, do you have any advice for anybody out there who's willing to, who's thinking about following in the same path that you are and being an independent creator?
I think first and foremost is just the passion and your determination to just get better as an artist, and to, stay true to yourself, and just keep going and try to improve yourself and try to challenge yourself. I think what happens is people see what you do, they appreciate it, they respect it, and then everything else kind of just falls into place, and they'll want to see your work, they'll want to own your work, they'll want to give you their hard-earned money for it. So, that's the ultimate compliment and the ultimate sign that you're going down the right path.
Right. One thing that I've noticed at conventions is that there may be an artist who has awesome artwork like yourself, but they don't really know how to engage with the public. Do you have any advice for artists who maybe have trouble interacting with public?
I would just let them know that, just take the time to talk to the people that come to your table or the people that comment on your artwork. Be engaging, and don't be shy, because obviously they're fans just like you. They love the same things just like you. So it's the same thing as when you're with your friends and you guys are talking about the latest show that you watch or the latest comic book you read. There's a camaraderie there, so don't think that you have nothing to offer, and just establish that connection and you'll do well.
Speaking of artwork, how did you arrive at your distinctive look?
My favorite animated movie is Disney's Tarzan, and one of my favorite parts about that movie is the portion of it where he was a young boy. So that part of that movie, that drawing style, that way he was animated. I always enjoyed chibi artwork, the X-Babies, when Art Adams did X-Babies. That's always been a fun kind of subject matter for me to draw. So when I started doing this stuff, I just started applying properties that you wouldn't normally see these drawn in that particular style, and I think other people started to enjoy seeing that too, and just kind of being caught off guard by seeing like a chibi Hellboy or something like that. So
it's definitely resonated with the public.
Yeah, I see a lot more. Like when I started doing this, I feel like back in 06, 07, when I started doing conventions, I didn't really see a lot of this stuff, but ever since then, it's definitely become, a very popular drawing style, and it's great to see the variety of how people do out here.
Speaking of conventions, what's this I hear that you're not going to be at San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes, after 10 years, this will be my first year kind of foregoing SDCC, because we really want to try and do some shows outside of California. We tend to stick to California just because we're residents, and it's just easy to kind of travel and bring our inventory around. But this time around, this year, we want to actually start branching out to some out-of-state shows, and hopefully
go east of the Mississippi.
Yeah, east, north of California. We hopefully one of these days try to get into Emerald City. We're doing for a second year in a row. We're doing London for Heroes and Villains in London in May.
Wow.
So.
Okay.
We're definitely trying to spread our wings a little bit more.
Nice. I think you'd kill it at Emerald City, I think.
Oh, that in New York.
I haven't been there yet, but from what I've seen, from the coverage the past coverage of the past Emerald City, I think you'd kill it for sure.
Oh, yeah. I always suffer from severe FOMO when I see coverage from Emerald City and New York. So, cross my fingers I can get into them these upcoming years.
What other conventions do you plan on going to this year?
We'll be doing Heroes and Villains in May. we're looking to do New York City Comic Con. I applied yesterday morning, so fingers crossed I get in.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and then definitely we're doing Stanley's LA Comic Con. And I'm still trying to figure out if I can do a few more Heroes and Villains. There's definitely the one in San Jose in December, and I'm trying to figure out if I can do the other ones.
So roughly, how many conventions do you like plan on going to each year?
Trying for maybe at least five or six. You know, as many as schedule and finances permit.
Of course. Now, when you're not at a con, I'm sure you're busy trying to drum up new ideas. Like, how do you research and how do you come up with ideas?
You know, I think it's just kind of a balance of well, there's a lot of it has to be the stuff that I like, because if I'm not enjoying what I'm drawing, or if I don't have a connection to what I'm drawing, then when people come see my stuff, they don't feel that connection themselves. So firstly, I try to watch the stuff that I'm a fan of, you know. But then also part of it is just kind of, you know, keeping your ear to the ground in social media and pop culture, and just kind of see what resonates with people, and, you know, see what kind of twist or a personal take I can apply to it and put it into an illustration. Okay.
I guess we'll do a quick round of the Thunder round. I'll just start off the beaten set of questions.
Okay.
If there was a Mount Rushmore of comic book creators, what 4 people would you put on there?
I would say probably first and foremost Stan Lee, and then Jack Kirby. I would say probably Walt Disney, because animation's kind of, I think, plays a big part in the stuff we do.
Yeah. Seeing as how Tarzan is one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, exactly. And maybe I put on Alex Toth.
Okay.
And Hanna-Barbera.
All right. If a movie was made about your life, what kind of music would be on the soundtrack?
I have no idea. That's a very good question. I would have to come back to you on that one.
Okay, what song do you sing when you take a shower?
As per my wife's decree, I'm not allowed to put anything into a musical format. So lately, it's pretty much whatever gets played on the radio right when I get into the shower. I'm just more of a parrot that way.
Okay. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, or even fictional, who would it be, and where would you eat?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Well, I would go with maybe grab some dim sum.
Ooh, that's always good.
Yeah, and then as to someone who I would like to hang around with, maybe the Flash.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'd have to eat fast though.
Why not? Hopefully you won't be paying for the bill.
Yeah, hopefully not. No.
He could eat all day.
Yeah. He can get it fresh from China. So.
Now, do you have a favorite version of the Flash?
Favorite version? Grant Gustin's Flash.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Pretty fun, yeah.
I think so. Have you met him?
No, not yet. Not yet. He's one of the few CW actors that I've yet to meet, but would love to.
Nice. I think we were at Silicon Valley Comic Con. He was there for.
Oh, I heard. Yeah. That was a big draw. That was a surprise. He was. I know. He only does a few conventions. Outside of SDCC. So
right.
That was a good pull for them.
I guess we'll start wrapping it up because I know you have a growing queue over here. My last question is. Sort of like the superhero shout-outs that we sort of do. Is there anybody out there or any group of people that you want to sort of send a shout-out to? Because we can't get to where we're at by ourselves, right?
Oh yeah. I always like to give a shout-out to all the people that are behind like the CW shows. Appreciate their work. I feel we have a very symbiotic relationship in terms of their hard work and what they do day in, day out, despite sometimes it's not well received by some fandoms, they still plug through and, they get a lot of criticism. So, we're all part of the same family, all of the same things. So, big shout out to them for all the, hard work that they do for us. And they put out, there's for Legends and Arrow, Supergirl, Flash, Legends, Black Lightning. So,
I think they've cornered the market on superhero TV.
Yeah, they've nailed it.
They've done a good job.
They know what they're doing at this point. So props to them.
Yeah. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Lord_Mesa, Twitter at Lord Mesa, and Facebook, Lord Mesa Art. And then there's also my website, lordmesa.com.
Awesome. Well, we hope to reconnect with you again, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Right,
thank you for having me.
All right. Peace, cheers. Talk to you later. Thank you for listening to the Hall H Show podcast. We love putting the spotlight on some of our favorite pop culture and comic book creatives like Lord Mesa. It was great seeing him at WonderCon 2018. We have a few more WonderCon 2018 interviews that we will be uploading soon, featuring a few comic book creators from Alterna Comics, Terry Mayo, Jordan Hart, and David Lucarelli. You can find this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, and also our website, hallh.com. If you believe in our mission to be the voice of independent creators, we would appreciate a rating and a comment on iTunes. Please spread the word using the hashtag HallHShow on social media. Peace, cheers, and don't forget to visit Artist Alley at all the conventions you go to this year.